What's going on, everybody? This is MattDoesFitness, and instead of calling my toilet the John, I'm going to start calling it the gym. That way it sounds better when I say I go to the gym every morning. Okay, this is my squat highlights from week 6 of my third cycle, and that means only one thing. This is my last heavy week before competition time. Bloody hell. Now, first things first, it looks like I'm on the Titanic. I can assure you my gym was not sinking. It wasn't an earthquake. I just didn't realise that my camera, the tripod kind of mount bit was slightly tilted, and so most of the first clips here are wonky. Okay, so the first session I did, the plan was to go for 5 sets of 5 at 185 kilos, 408 pounds. It actually ended up being 5 sets of 4. Which, to be honest, I'm still really pleased with. That first one you saw there, I had to dump the 5th rep because it just wasn't happening. As soon as I started, within about 2 reps of the first set, it felt kind of ugly. I felt like I was grinding the reps, and so I didn't have much of a choice. But that said, I'm still really, really pleased. This is the most I've ever done 4 reps at quite comfortably. So to get it for 5 sets of 4 is obviously very pleasing. And on top of that, in the circumstances, I'm pleased. I didn't feel very good. I find it's quite kind of random. I know obviously I'm coming towards the end of my cycle, which is the last heavy week, so it's kind of natural that I'm going to feel tired. I'm going to feel a little bit kind of lethargic. But this session in particular, I didn't feel very good. Warming up, I felt reasonably good. The second I got to my kind of working sets or approach my working sets, I just felt a little bit kind of grindy. Still feeling the effects of the deadlift PR a few days previously. So I will most certainly take this. Comfortably over 400 pounds for 5 sets of 4 is really, really good. Like I said, it's a nice confidence boost. Form-wise, it's not brilliant. What I'm trying to work on at the moment, my low bar is feeling, it is feeling really good. I'm still trying to work on keeping my heels planted. What I tend to do is sit forwards a little bit too much, and so sometimes my heels just lift slightly. So I'm trying to correct that, but it's difficult because I don't want to sit. Everyone keeps saying, like with low bar, you need to sit back more, but I don't do a traditional low bar. If I do kind of textbook low bar form and sit right back, I feel really, really weak. So I'm trying to kind of fuse my high bar with low bar. I've gone to a wider stance. I'm just trying to kind of get that sweet spot. It's always been the case for me, but I will tend to, every kind of few reps, I hit one and I get the form, I get my kind of position perfect, and it feels really, really easy, like ridiculously easy. So if I can get that consistently, then obviously I'm going to hit some massive numbers. Just notice there, the guy on the left, that's not ideal. Please go easy on him, but yeah, that's not the best squats I've ever seen. There are a lot. To be fair, the guys in my gym, some of the form isn't great. There is some decent form. You do see guys squatting nice and deep occasionally, but for every guy that squats well, that lifts well, you get another guy that that's what that guy was just doing. Here is my final set, and to be honest, I was really, really happy to get that because, like I said, after that first set, when I dumped on the 5th rep and only got 4, I was kind of a little bit concerned about what the rest of the session had. So to get another 4 sets, 5 sets in total of 4 reps, I'm really, really pleased. Okay, so I was pretty knackered at that point, so I didn't want to do many reps for my front squat. So what I thought I would do, when you're feeling knackered and drained, the best thing to do, in my opinion, is go for a massive PR. That's a joke, but that's the kind of guy I am. My front squat PR previous to this was, I think, 140 kilograms, which is, what's that? It's about pretty much 300 pounds. So 342 pounds, 155 kilograms, absolutely blown out of the water there. It's a massive front squat PR, and I actually felt like I had a little bit more there. I felt really strong. What I'm finding is that my front squat reps at the moment, where I'm doing them more often, I'm getting stronger, but a lot of them feel like paused reps because I'm trying to maintain a good position, not lean forward, not fall forward with the bar. I go down quite slowly, and then I end up almost just sitting there as opposed to getting any kind of stretch reflex. So as soon as that gets grooved in, I reckon I've got a lot more to put on that, which would be pretty decent for a front squat. That's hopefully going to help my squats as a whole. You just saw there some bent over barbell rows. Did 3 sets of 10ish of those. And then here I am doing some cable, really, really wide rows, trying to hit my rear delts, just trying to find different ways of doing that, because I'm really focusing now on trying to correct any imbalances I have in terms of my pushing to my pulling, because my front shoulders, my front delts, and my shoulders in general giving me all kinds of problems. So hopefully doing a bit more rear delt work is going to help that situation. And here I did about 3 sets of 12 using a crappy chair and a crappy machine in a crappy gym. It all fits in quite nicely. Okay, that was my first session. Here is my second and final session, which was pretty much my last heavy session before I get ready for my competition. So I decided to go for triples. I wanted to do 5 triples at 419 pounds, 190 kilos. Now, if you had said to me even like a month ago, like 4 or 5 weeks ago, that I was going to be doing this session, I literally would have bet you £1 million I wouldn't. I did not see myself getting anywhere near this. So the way my squats have come on in the last few weeks, I'm obviously delighted about, and to do a session like this is just huge for me. This is approaching what my PR was about 4 weeks ago, and yeah, I mean, I didn't get all 5, I managed to get 4, but to do it for 4 triples, and again, I wasn't feeling great. This is pretty much the culmination of 6 weeks of solid training, so obviously I'm pretty much the opposite to fresh. So when I deload and get set for the competition, hopefully there are some big things to come. I mean, form-wise, I'm pretty happy. That looks quite good. I mean, my back, again, where I'm doing conventional deadlift recently, my back is kind of taking a bit of a, it's not as bad, but it's still taking a bit of a hit, which means that obviously with low bar, you have a tendency to kind of lean forwards in terms of your torso when you get a little bit tired and you start grinding reps out. And obviously there, my back was letting me down a little bit, but I still managed to get 4 sets of 3 there, and I'm really, really pleased with that, because like I said, I think that bodes really well for the competition. In terms of my heels, not too bad there. Again, my form wasn't perfect here because I was tired, so it's not a great example to use, but I think it's pretty solid. My heels look pretty much stuck to the floor there. There was a lot of kind of ground out reps. I think my last set coming up in a minute, you'll see a lot of ugly reps. It was kind of like grind city, but I mean, the main thing is I got them out. That's what I'm really happy about. I feel like in kind of times gone by, I would quite frequently dump the bar, whereas here, I feel like, particularly with low bar, when I get stuck, I can just hang on and eventually grind the rep out, as opposed to having to quickly dive out from underneath it, which is obviously an awesome kind of string to my bow to have, because it means that when I get to a competition and I'm going for that kind of max PR single, whatever you want to call it, I can kind of hang on in there and get it out. You see there, that was a pretty long rep. But that was it. I got all 4 of them, and that is really, really good news as far as my competition goes, I believe. And then I did some front squats following that. There's me throwing my belt down in disgust. I was friggin' annihilated by that point. But I dropped the weight right down to 120 kilos, 264 pounds, and hit 3 sets of 5, which again felt nice and easy, to be fair. I've never done this weight for more than triples with front squat, so 3 sets of 5, I'll take that. You see there, I'm going down really slowly because I'm trying to kind of maintain an upright position, but the weight feels really, really good. Changing my accessory work to the point where I'm doing front squats twice a week now has made a big difference. My front squats have kind of shot up recently, and I'm pretty sure that if I was to do a session of front squats fresh without doing main squats before them, I could hit some pretty big numbers there, but it's only accessories, so I don't really care. And then I finished that second session with some wide grip pull-ups. I think I did 3 sets of 16 or so, down to about 10. It looks from that angle like my head is barely touching the bar. From front on, I'm getting, I think, most of my head over the bar. I was going to put my top like over my head and put a fake head on top of my top, so it looks like I'm going higher than I am, but I dropped the head out of my car window whilst I was driving to the gym, and then I ran over it, and then loads of kids started screaming, phoned the police, I got arrested. Long story short, I'm facing a pretty long stint in the slammer. And I finished that session with some lat pull downs on one of the worst machines in the world, 3 sets of 12-ish. And that, my friends, was my session, and that was my week. So, squats are looking really good. Fingers crossed I can hit something decent when it comes to my competition. I'm bloody excited. Hope you are too. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, as always, and I will see you tomorrow.